So I think we're taught about how our country is so great and how other countries need our help, but I think we should be seeing things in a different way and seeing that those people can help us with ideas because they're achieving things that we haven't even thought of yet.
You spoke a little bit about anti-capitalism and anti-imperialism type movements. Obviously, we saw loads of different types of riots over last year in different countries and stuff. As somebody who knows what young people are like and stuff, what are your personal opinions on the riots?
The riots in London, my personal opinion is that I think whenever there are riots in a society or at any given point of time, they often reflect the values and the beliefs of that society. So in London, we saw people looting, stealing materialist goods from the shops on their high street. So what does that tell you? If young people are willing to go out and break the law to steal consumer goods that are worth not a massive amount of money, it tells you, number one, that those goods are the things that society tells us are important and tells us we need to have the latest pair of trainers and the latest phone. And number two, it tells you that young people don't place that much value in these communities. Now, that was used by the government and the media to portray this section of society as some kind of underclass on subhuman level of society. But obviously, we all belong to the same society. So if we're disowning such a large section of society, then really we need to be asking ourselves those questions of why it is happening rather than passing on the blame to other people.
Yeah, and I would just add that I don't think people really in our society really appreciate or quite understand the power of the mainstream media in our societies in channeling, in creating enemies and good guys and bad guys. With the riots, you had them, saying that the young people that were doing this were animals, yet they would never challenge the politicians, our politicians, who are waging war in Iraq, in Afghanistan, who are killing millions of people daily. They would never criticize them for being serial killers, yet the violent ones are the people at the bottom who rebel, rightly or wrongly, against a system which they feel is unjust or that doesn't give them a stake in the system. So we have a political class which gets away with murder, literally, and we have a media class which facilitates and allows them to get away with it uncritically, and then demonizes the people at the bottom of society. So I think we need to really challenge, the media, the mainstream media, and how they channel our feelings, whether it be on the riots where they made vast sectors of British society sort of into a rage about these young people in London, in Tottenham, where they did it with Libya, where they demonize individuals, where now we have Coney 2012, where we create goodies and baddies at an alarming rate, and we kill people, and the media focuses on some but not on others. So we need to become more aware of the power of the media. Someone like John Pilger, who I work with in Venezuela, has a new film called The War You Don't See, which looks at the role of the media in facilitating and preparing the groundwork for the violence unleashed by our political class, by the US government and by other elite governments in the world, basically in the interests of corporations.